So I decided to change the format of this video a bit and tell you what happened on the live stream rather than just clipping it up. I hope you enjoyed it, and let's get right into it. We began the stream with some technical difficulties, but once we fixed it, we got the actual episode going. We played this episode over on Twitch about a month ago, but I decided to continue it because why not? We explored the back of the store for a little bit, then we headed back into the main lobby. That's when Clementine asked us if we are a bad person. This leaves us in a complicated place to either tell her the truth or to hide it from her. She gives little expression to our response, and we move back. No, he wasn't. It's complicated. It's complicated. It's complicated. That's the best we could say.
You do things and you can't explain them.
Got it. Good. Just
head back to the others.
Love Clementine. We explored the area again because I completely forgot what we were doing, so I had to make myself remember it somehow. And Larry, of course, is dying in the corner. Thank God. Then Glenn calls us using the walkie-talkie and tells us that he is stuck. He also tells us that there are survivors stuck as well. So Lee makes a plan to help Glenn out.
So I'm down at that motor inn and, well, I'm stuck.
Stuck?
Yeah, I saw a chance to get some supplies for the group, and a bunch of the Roman ones got the jump on me. I'm hiding over here, but they won't leave.
I didn't know what to do next, so I just walked around a little bit and talked to Doug. We made our way in front of the pharmacy, which is gated. We saw a brick and it wasn't usable yet since we couldn't reach it, and we saw Lee's brother. In trying to conceal the information, we tell Doug that he must have the key since he is in the photo. He being Lee's brother. The photo we showed him was the one we found at the back when we explored earlier. We look across the street and see the TVs there. We go inside and make our way back into the back to get the remote. With this, we make it back outside and show Doug the control. The controller is apparently universal control, and we hand it to Doug, who programs it to work with the TVs across the street. I think Lee's expression here is better than anything that I could ever say.
Oh, fucking done, Doug. All that dork nonsense might save a life.
Now that the TVs are on, a couple walkers go investigate, but we still can't move forward yet. We still need to open the gate. We point the controller to the gate and see if something happens, and it doesn't. We moved back inside, and I find myself very confused with what we needed to do. I knew we needed to get the axe, but I didn't know where it was. I explored around for a bit and took a huge chunk of time. With nothing else, I proceeded to use a wiki guide to help me out a little bit. I'm sorry. So I actually made a huge mistake here. So earlier in the game, Carly offered us to help go find Glenn. But I wasn't paying attention and I didn't notice it. Once figuring this all out, we made our way to Carly and told her we were ready to go. And with this, we made our way to Glenn and finally went to go help him. So we arrived at the shady motel with no sign of Glenn. Honestly, I thought he died for a second there. But Glenn being Glenn, he decides to jump scare us as we're about to shoot him. He tells us that there's a survivor at the corner room that's trapped there. Carly wanted to dip, but Glenn and Lee decided to help the survivor out. With a little bit of hesitation, Carly decides to just stay because if she goes by herself, she knows she's gonna get killed. So, it's stupid if she leaves. It doesn't make sense, but at least she stays. They come up with the idea to kill every zombie there one by one. And we look around a little bit and then move towards the blue truck on the other side. We see a zombie that's sitting on the side of a car just there, parked in the middle of the driveway for some reason, don't know why. We plan to kill that zombie, but we need something to kill it. We can't use the gun because it would make a lot of noise, and then eventually my brain kicked in, and we moved back to the other side and grabbed a pillow that was apparently laying there. I completely missed it when I was looking around the first time. Having the pillow now, we moved back to the zombie near the car and covered his face and shot him. The gun's noise was muffled by the pillow, which I don't actually know if that's true, so please do not try that at home. You probably shouldn't even have a gun in general, but, that's just me. We opened the car door and moved the car to neutral. We also found a spark plug, which I don't actually know if it's a real thing, and if it is, please send one to me, because I would like one. We pushed the car to another zombie that was on the other side and demobilized it. Then we somehow transferred back to the truck again. We disappeared and reappeared at the truck. Don't know how. I don't know, and don't ask me. But anyways, we used a spark plug to open the window, but before we can, Glenn does his voodoo magic and makes it easier to use or something, so we just have to throw it at the window. Anyways, we get our hands on an awl, which is a weird name if you think about it. Once we get a hold of it, we move back to our original position, which is near the RV and where we found the pillow. We use the awl to kill the zombie and stab it in the head. We kill another zombie with an awl straight to the eye. Then we move to the zombie who was struck by the car. After killing the zombie, we finally get the precious axe. Sadly, we have to leave our awl, which sucks because I actually really liked it because it was very, very useful. We move up slowly to the zombies near the corner room and kill them. We speak to the woman inside who, even though begs us not to open the door, we open it anyway, or, well, open it, quote unquote, because she kind of just walks out on her own after she figures out we're not gonna stop opening the door.
I said stay away.
We need to get you help.
It's too late for that.
Uh-oh.
Guys, she's been bitten.
What?
I told you, I said go away.
Yeah, so we find out that the woman inside is actually bitten, and here we find out that once you're bitten, you slowly turn into a walker. We also learned that she had a boyfriend who died because he was bitten, and this makes our boy Glenny really sad because he really wanted to date her. I think. At least I hope he wanted to date her, and not just, yeah. She notices that Carly is holding a gun, and asks her to give her the gun. We're given a big choice here to either give her the gun or not. Obviously, if we give her the gun, she's gonna pew 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 herself. If not, then we leave her to turn into a walker. We choose to give her the gun, and Lee waits till she finishes using it. We say our final goodbyes, and we see an innocent person die right in front of us. Then we drive back to the pharmacy in hopes that we don't really have to see her again. Since we now have the axe, we go back to the front of the pharmacy and use the axe to open the gate. Grab the now attainable brick, we throw it to the TVs, which breaks the window and causes the zombies to move towards it. We move to the corpse of Lee's brother and get a pretty emotional scene. Lee apologizes to his brother for not being there and ends his brother's life, which I think I would too. I really wouldn't want to see someone I love, in pain like that, or at least not themselves, Once killing his brother, we grab the keys and we go back inside and open the door to get the medicine for, Larry. Lily is ecstatic that we got the keys, so we go in the back and help her open the door. But in doing so, we accidentally set off an alarm system.
Oh no. We gotta hurry.
Oh, the security alarm. Didn't know, walkers are attracted to loud noises. And this alarm system is very, very loud. As we go back inside, everyone's freaking out, and we try to help push the door open with Doug and Carly. Doug is telling us how great of a guy we are, and we're kind of freaking out because we don't know what to say, because why would you tell me that as we're about to die? No, don't. If you're in a situation where you're about to die, don't start talking about how weird of a guy you are. Just do it so we don't have to die. Anyways, Carly tries to speak up, but before she could say anything to Doug, the windows burst open, and Carly goes and tries to hold it off as much as she can. We tell Doug to go to the other window and hold it off as well. As we're at the door, we tell Clementine to go find us something to help hold the door closed. She goes all the way and tries to look for something. It takes her a little bit to go look for it, but she comes back with Lee's walking cane. Well, his father's walking cane. We use it to hold the door, but this leads to our biggest decision of the stream. Save Doug or save Carly. At this point, both of them are struggling to keep the zombies out. Both windows have burst open. And with this, we go and save Carly. She's very good with a gun, and I didn't know what else to do, but we sadly had to lose Doug in this fight. We see him die, so does Clementine, and we see her reaction to all this. A zombie attacks Clementine, but we're able to ward the zombie off, and as we retreat, we realize that Larry is back up, and Larry slaps the living crap out of us. We're knocked out, and Kenny comes back and saves us, and tells us how great of a guy we are, and he wouldn't leave us behind. We return back to the motel, where it is honestly the only safest place we can actually go at this time. And as we do, as everyone settles in, we go up and talk to Glenn first, who tells us he's leaving to find his friends. Sad to see him go, and we wish him good luck in his adventure. Then we send him off and wave him goodbye as he leaves really, really fast, which I'm very surprised because we're already, we've done so much together. We went into 3 different life or death situations. Anyways, after that, we go up to Kenny, who we thank for helping us out, and Kenny tells us how he thinks we are fit to take care of Clementine. Weird sale.
Well, I want you to know that I think you've got it in you. I think you can take care of that little girl just fine. Thanks, kid.
Oh, thank you. Which honestly makes me tear up just a little bit because, I've played the rest of the games and it's kind of Kenny, I love Kenny. Anyways, after that conversation, we go up to Carly, who's a bit out of it, and we also find out she actually had a crush on Doug, who, I knew it, I called it, well, I didn't call it, but I figured it out. But eventually we leave her alone. Before we could, she asked us if, why we chose her. Out of both of them, why did we choose to save Carly but not Doug? We kind of brush it off a little bit and, kind of make it into a little, I wanted to save both of you guys. That's how we said it. Anyways, After that depressing conversation, we move on to Clementine, who is being annoyed by Doug, who's talking to her about like dinosaurs or something like that. I don't even know. Clementine is worried about her own safety since she almost died back there, and also about her walkie-talkie, which she lost the other one and broke the one she had, because this is the last connection she had to her parents, which honestly, her deaf voice acting in this is so great. I mean, it's kind of stale at some points, but it's amazing nonetheless. Larry calls us over eventually and tells us off, basically. He reveals to us that he knows about our past and tells us to not get close to Lily whatsoever. He walks away thinking he actually did something, even though we saved his life and I could have honestly just left him to die. Lily tries to comfort us, and after some shots being heard, we move towards the front of the motel with Lily and Kenny. Then we leave with a cliffhanger and all the electricity being turned off and a to be continued sign. It was a great episode and I quite enjoyed it, and honestly thank you guys for watching with me. That stream and the other one before that were some pretty good times. Even though we didn't have many people, I rather enjoyed it. Anyways, that is all for the first episode of Season 1 of The Walking Dead. Let me know if you guys want Season 2. I mean, maybe I'll stream it, maybe I won't, depends. If you enjoyed this, consider subscribing and liking this video. And I guess that's it. Thank you guys for watching, not walking, not like The Walking Dead. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in another video. Goodbye.